She may be the face of a generation. She may be a household name. She may be breaking records, selling out arenas, and lifting the very foundation of the WNBA into a new golden era. But Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever's shining light and America's newest sports icon, just reminded the world that even millionaires can be thrifty. Because under the spotlight, beneath the Nike deal, after the headlines and the cheers and the million-dollar valuations, there's still a young woman who doesn't want to pay for airplane Wi-Fi. Yes, really. It happened casually, almost playfully, but the statement cut through with clarity. Caitlin Clark, the woman with one of the most watched NCAA careers in history, now transitioning into WNBA greatness, stood before reporters and offered a window, not just into her game day plans, but into her mindset. "I think we're going to be in the air," she said, talking about Game 7 of the NBA Finals between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder. No fanfare. No red carpet. Just a player, a plane, and a hope for free entertainment. "We fly Delta," she continued. "And sometimes they have the screens on the back of the plane, but sometimes they don't." And then came the line that set the internet on fire. "So, I'm hoping for the ones with the screens on the back of the chairs, so I don't have to pay for Wi-Fi. I'm a little cheap." Just like that, Caitlin Clark did what so few athletes manage to do. She turned herself from a superstar into someone you know. She became your friend who hates in-flight charges. Your sister who checks the seat map before booking. The college roommate who brings her own snacks to the movies. In an age where athletes are carefully branded, manicured into polished PR personas, Clark's moment of humor and humility was a breath of fresh air. The kind of quote that gets passed around Twitter and shows up on talk shows, not because it's scandalous but because it's so unmistakably real. And that's the thing about Caitlin. Yes, she's elite. Yes, she's confident. But her genius lies in how effortlessly she toggles between larger-than-life and next-door neighbor. She'll drop 35 on your favorite team and then worry about Wi-Fi like she's still budgeting on a college stipend. She'll launch logo threes with the calm of a veteran assassin, then talk about Delta screens like a rookie traveler. Because to her, fame hasn't erased reality, it's merely expanded it. This is the same Caitlin Clark who filled Iowa arenas with thousands who'd never watched a women's college basketball game. The same Caitlin Clark who stood tall through criticism, who inspired a generation of girls to shoot higher, dribble harder, and dream bigger. And now she's here, in the WNBA, still being her. Still caring about her team. Still focused on her game. And, yes, still hoping for a seat with a screen. Because greatness doesn't mean losing touch. If anything, the best of us stay grounded, sometimes literally, by the things that make us laugh, that remind us of who we were before the jerseys, before the contracts, before the stadium lights. Clark's self-deprecating remark about being a little cheap struck a nerve in the best possible way. It was charming, honest, refreshing. It said, "I'm human, too." It said, "I'm watching Game 7, just like you." It said, "I love basketball so much, I'll find a way to stream it 35,000 feet above ground if I have to." And that, right there, is what separates her. Because some athletes only live on the court. But Caitlin Clark, she lives in the culture. She's part of the conversation. Part of the meme. Part of the mindset of a generation that grew up with Wi-Fi pop-ups and airline apps that ask for credit cards just to check a score. She's part of the era that grew up being told to chase dreams, but also watch their bank balance. She's part of the revolution that demands both excellence and authenticity. And as the WNBA ascends with her at the center, these moments, humble, hilarious, human, will matter just as much as the points per game. Because people don't just want to watch Caitlin Clark. They want to know her. And on this random Sunday, ahead of a game against the Las Vegas Aces, she let them in. Not with a flex. Not with a quote fit for SportsCenter. But with a simple truth. "I'm a little cheap." It's one line, but it's worth 1,000 headlines. Because it tells a story bigger than basketball. It's about balance. It's about staying grounded while rising higher. It's about remembering that even in first class, even in stardom, even in million-dollar moments, there's value in knowing the price of Wi-Fi. Caitlin Clark will go down in history for her jump shot, her vision, her court presence. But she'll be loved for moments like this. Because while the stats might earn her awards, it's the small things, the humility, the humor, the honesty, that make her unforgettable. And if the screen's not working on that Delta flight, you better believe she's going to find a way to follow that Game 7 anyway. That's what legends do. Even the cheap ones.